Hello, everybody. Welcome to More Horror in Hollywood. I'm Dawna Heising, and I'm here with the founders of the Fantastic Horror Film Festival, which will be held on Halloween weekend in San Diego. And this is Mike Thomas and JoAnn Thomas. And I'm going to start out by covering the films that will be in competition at the Fantastic Film Festival. Okay, I'm going to start with the feature films. First is, well, in no order, I have 17 to Midnight.
That's an Italian film, and it's going to be making its first appearance in the United States. It's a film with 17 shorts, and it comes from the Italian underground horror community. It with subtitles, but you don't have to understand Italian to understand horror.
Okay, second is Bloody Wedding.
Okay, Bloody Wedding is probably one of my favorite ones. Patty Sharkey put together your Cabin in the Woods classic slasher movie, and they've got one particular scene that is incredibly surprising, I'll put it that way. So,
Okay, and then next is Club Lingerie.
Well, you can tell us.
Okay, well, Club Lingerie is a film that is a film from my good friend Jared Masters. It's going to be hilarious. It stars Andy Dick, Domiziano Arcangeli, Gio Sargent, and Jared is a 28-year-old Genius Award-winning filmmaker. So I just know it's going to be hilarious.
And Donna's in it too.
Okay, the next one is Conjoined.
that's another favorite of mine. Joe Grabowski is a Texas filmmaker. He's done some really good original work. One of mine that I've seen was a haunted trailer park. It is really off the wall. It stars who was the porn actor? Ron Jeremy. Ron Jeremy is in that movie, and he is hilarious. But the rest of the cast is just very funny, very gory, very original.
But what about Conjoined?
Conjoined is, I have to be honest with you, that I have not seen anything but the trailers. But the trailers is very interesting also.
Well, Ron Jeremy is a really good actor. I mean, he's funny, but I've heard that he's a great serious actor too. Okay, the next one is Dead Kansas.
Ooh, that's the first entry of our zombie movies. This is upstate, I believe. This one was shot upstate, and it's a different type of zombie movie where you don't see the zombies. It's kind of an original concept, and it was very entertaining when we put it together. One of the things that's interesting about that movie is that there are two leads, but one character. You'll have to watch the movie to find out what happens, but the characters kind of split, and it's actually one person.
Okay. Oh, that's one I want to see. Okay, and the next one is another favorite of mine, Deadly Revision. Oh, I shouldn't say that, but it is. Okay, it's Deadly Revisions.
Making the final voting, so
Oh, that's right. I'm not a judge.
this is our first Bill Obert's movie for this list.
Yeah.
He plays a writer who has bad dreams, and I really love the twist on this one. It was a very surprising twist. So, Deadly Revisions is going to be a one to watch. Gregory Blair put out that one, and it's going to be good.
Yeah, Gregory's another award-winning filmmaker, and he came from Cambridge, and he's so wonderful. Okay, and I'm not a judge. Okay, the next one is Game Camera.
Now that one I know was done in Spokane, Washington. It's a bunch of filmmakers. I affectionately call them a bunch of maroons. they're going to hate me for that, but I'm going to say it anyway, who put together this sort of zombie movie, but it's done in another different perspective of the zombie genre. So it should be a lot of fun for. It had good character development. I'll put it that way, and then it gets into the action. So
Okay. And the next one is Ghost Line.
we had just seen this one. Dean Whitney, was it?
Yes.
Put together this haunted phone person who is a
You put together haunted phone person.
haunted phone person. Don't sue me, Dean, please. But it was a very original concept. Ghostly voice says haunting the wrong people. And it just builds from there. Good suspense, good tension. So it should be something else to watch.
And actually, isn't it a world premiere?
Maybe not. They just had a screening for the cast and crew recently. That's how we got to see it. And they submitted to the festival, but they've also submitted to some other festivals. So if the other festivals get, they're before ours. So obviously that would be the world premiere wherever it's shown first. But we will be a San Diego premiere. Nobody in San Diego else is going to see this movie until our festival.
Okay.
We're labeling this festival the premiere festival because every film that's coming in will be a premiere of some kind. We have one world premiere. We have a couple of U.S. premieres. The rest of them are going to be San Diego premieres, but West Coast premiere. And so all of them are going to be premieres.
Okay. And Club Lingerie is going to be a world premiere for sure.
Yes.
Okay, the next one is Krampus, the Christmas Devil.
Probably my absolute favorite of the festival. Again, I'm not going to be the final judge, but I did enjoy this movie. We have to let everybody has to disclaim their positions in the festival, but it's about Santa Claus's brother who stalks the kids who are naughty, and their punishment has been pretty severe. AJ Leslie plays a police officer who was captured by Krampus, but is the only one who has escaped. And now he's been haunting this guy, chasing this guy, since he was captured. And it's a different kind of Christmas story. I'll put it that way.
Okay. Okay, the next one is Snake with a Human Tail.
Yeah, unfortunately, this one is so new that we haven't had a chance to really look at it carefully. But we did get a chance to look at the trailers. And just as a side note, there are some religious organizations who have been advocating to boycott the movie. So that's a bit of controversy, and I don't even think it's part of the story itself. It's just the imagery that he's putting out that makes it disturbing for certain religious groups. But as for the story itself, I don't think there's any controversy. It's just the imagery that he puts out.
Oh, okay. The next one is Tilt.
You want to take this one?
No, I'm not at you. I think you did a real good job.
Gee, thank you very much.
And I talk all the other time, so.
Tilt is a more of a suspense thriller, very moody, very tension filled. But it's Tilt is the one with the murders, the accidental murder. Yeah, I did see this one. I did see this one.
Okay, yeah, it helps when the festival founders see some of the movies they're going to show.
Well, you're eventually going to see all the movies.
We're going to see all the movies, but this one has like a very interesting twist toward the end. So that's something that will keep your attention throughout the film, how this thing progresses.
Okay, and then we have The Cabining.
The Cabining was a really fun movie we've gone to see. And it was filmed in Michigan, my home state. And it has a few twists and turns, but it's like a cabin in the woods type movie with a little bit of humor.
The Lash Man?
I don't know, everybody hears the Batman theme when you say the Lash Man, but this is an 80s throwback. An old western town haunted by a mysterious figure who was wreaking vengeance upon uh, the people who dare to come into this town. It's it's filmed almost like an 80s horror movie. The way it's shot is all grainy and um, different camera angles, but it's a very good throwback.
Okay, then we have The Truck.
Actually done by the same person, Cameron. No,
No, not
no.
actually. Lee is in
Oh,
The
Lee is
Lash Man
in. Okay,
as
and
an actor, and he's a director of The Truck.
okay. If you've seen the movie The Car, this is The Truck. It's a haunted vehicle chasing down these two kids who dare to interfere with his nefarious plans. And if you've seen The Car, this is the big brother of the movie.
Um, and then the last one that's in competition, the last feature film that's in competition, is They Will Outlive Us All.
This is another zombie movie, believe it or not. I believe it's about insects and about the apocalypse afterwards, and how the running joke is that the only things that will live after an apocalypse will be the roaches. Well, it has a zombie theme, but it also has that type of mood. They will outlive us all. Done in a city rather than a country town, so it should be interesting to watch.
Okay, and then there will be a special screening of Children of Sorrow.
This is yours.
This is mine. Children of Sorrow is a film that actually has only screened twice on the big screen prior to going into distribution, and is distributed now by Lionsgate. Um, it's never going to really be seen on the big screen unless it gets a special compensation to show it, because obviously it's in distribution and they're selling all kinds of DVDs. So because we saw this film and we're just so enamored by it, we decided to approach the director about this special screening, and he agreed, and I think everyone should see this film.
It is an important film, another very disturbing film.
Okay, and then now we come to the short films. The first one is A Dove Among Pigeons.
Okay. This is done by one of our, at least endorsed by one of our judges. Um, it kind of goes on the theme of Mary Poppins, the Pigeon Lady, and Arsenic and Old Lace. If you can put those two together, it's an interesting mashup. And one of the highlights of the movie is one of the theme songs is one of my favorite musicians, Professor Tom Lehrer. He does Poisoning Pigeons in the Park. So it's going to be a humorous take on Feed the Birds.
Okay, and then we have Awesome Ouija Board.
Tonya Atomic.
Oh.
She is one of my favorites, of course. This movie has the distinction of being the only silent horror movie that we have at the festival. Of course, it's about a Ouija board and how things go terribly wrong. But it's in black and white. It's silent. It has the little voice cards, dialogue cards that you have in the silent movies, and it has the background silent movie music. It's very entertaining, very original. I enjoyed it very much.
Well, I can't wait to see that. Tonya is so generous. She gave me a necklace set for me to play a fortune teller. So can't wait to see it, Tonya. The next one is Cluster.
Okay. This one is kind of a horror, kind of a suspense, kind of a thriller. The title is sort of a metaphor for migraines and the horror of going through migraine headaches. That's all I can tell you about that.
Okay, the next one is Electrocute.
Okay. You want to do this or?
Electrocute was directed and acted in and written by Taryn Ho. Oh gosh, I screw up her name every time. Anyway, you know how you see an infomercial and they're trying to sell you something? Well, someone sells her something, and everything goes really wrong after she uses this product, and it's very funny.
Very creative too. It's one of our only animation entries.
Oh. And the next one is Lamb Feed.
I can't tell you anything about this one.
It's not out yet.
It's not out yet and it's being made. We picked the movie. We selected the movie based solely on the trailer. We looked at the trailer and we said, "Wow, we need to get this film in the festival."
Yeah, the trailer is awesome. The next one is Lone Gunman.
Lone Gunman is one of our judges' films. It's I don't know if you'd want to call it 100% horror. It's more of a suspense type thing, and it's a short, so people may find it a little interesting. It's a different take.
Okay, we have Modus Operandi.
Operandi. Again, this is another short. Was chosen by one of our judges, I believe.
I think so. I don't remember. There's too many. There's 30 some films here. I can't remember every one of them.
There's a lot of films.
And this is one of those intriguing films that we really don't know how to make of it, but it should be worth a watch for our short film block.
Money Ain't a Thing.
This is a comedy about a person that wins the lottery winnings and what happens to them, basically. It's, in fact, one of our judges is in it. That's Scott Geider.
Naked Zombie Girl.
That movie does not need any description at all. It's basically that. It has Megan.
I don't remember Megan's last name.
But she's in Lamb Feed and she's in a few of our other films. It's about a person who is attacked by zombies and has her clothes ripped off, and
Gotta have naked something in there, you know.
but it is still only R, not anything extreme. But it is naked zombie girl, and that's what they're pushing.
Okay, Night of the Sea Monkey, A Disturbing Tale.
This is another movie where it kind of tells you the story, how you get a pet or like an alligator or a turtle or something like that, and you find out you really don't want it, so you flush it down the toilet, and horrible things happen afterwards. I think it stars Lynn Laurie, is it?
Lynn Lowry's in it.
Yeah, Lynn Laurie's in it.
It's also by the same director as Lamb Feed,
Michael Rodriguez.
and should be very interesting.
It has blood.
Okay. No Pets Allowed.
This is one of our Canadian imports. Nadine L'Esperice, I believe her name is. And this is kind of an offbeat, cannibal, pet-loving, abuse. It's something that you really cannot describe. It stars Samantha Mack, and the two of them have put together a really disturbing movie, but also very comical. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Okay, next is One More for the Road.
I don't remember.
I believe this is one of our other black and white film noir movies. Very moody, very suspense-filled. It's done in the film noir of the 40s, and it should be interesting to watch.
Out of One's Misery.
This is one of the movies that has gotten a lot of buzz in the horror community. It's been very popular. This is another one that we have not actually screened thoroughly, but it's
Screening it thoroughly is not our responsibility. We have judges for that. So we haven't watched every single film, just so everybody knows. So if we screw up, I'm sorry.
yeah. If we apologize to the directors if we screwed up your storyline,
Or your name, or the name of your movie.
or the actors, or the scenery, or anything. We're just the founders. We delegate to everything else.
And they have great judges too, and they'll get to them later. Phoenix Song.
This is probably the most original of our horror genre. It's a incarnation music fantasy where this woman goes through her past lives and the hardships that she went through. Um, Kristen West produced the movie, and it's very has lots of imagery, lots of costumes. I've seen more costumes in this short than we have for any other film. It's called Phoenix Song, and it's going to be worth it.
Original music.
And it has original music.
Okay, Skidda Merink.
I don't know.
It's a Bill movie.
It's a Bill movie. It's well, from what the director is Joe Hendrick, and he and I talked, and he was telling me this story that this is a Bill movie that Bill would show his mother. So I'm really not sure exactly what that means, but I don't think his mom watches a lot of his horror flicks.
I don't think his mother would want to see some of his horror flicks because they are very disturbing and the imagery is, you don't show your mom stuff like that, I'll put it that way.
Yeah, and Bill's from a very religious family too. Okay, Tasha and Friends.
Puppets. It's about puppets. A young girl has a TV show, and she wants to quit, and the puppets don't want her to, and that's all you need to know.
Believe it, these aren't Muppets, I'll put it that way.
Okay, The Wretched Prologue.
Another one of our zombie movies. We've got 5 zombie movies total. However, what makes this one different is that it's set during the Roman Empire. So, at the end of the Roman Empire, these zombies come and they attack the Roman soldiers, and it's a pretty gooey one too. That's my euphemism for gory. It's going to be a gooey one.
Time's Up, Eve.
This is one of our judges.
Judge's choice.
Just one-
It's a black and white film. That's about all I know about it. It was a selection of Joe Flynn, Scott Geiter, a.k.a. Gruesome Herzog, radio personality who comes from Paradise, Pennsylvania. We have Joe Flynn where's Joe Flynn? Upstate somewhere in California. And we have Chris Mackey, who is even further upstate. And that's all of our judges.
All of them are people in the horror community. They're either web hosts or they're podcasters or they're radio personalities, but all of them have good pedigree in the horror community. So, and we trusted their judgment on these movies. So that's why we didn't know that much about them.
Okay, so have we covered everything about the festival then? It will be in the Gaslamp District in San Diego on over Halloween weekend.
It's going to be at the Premier Festival Theater in San Diego, the Reading Gaslamp 15. We've pretty much guerrillaed the entire first floor. It has an enormous lobby. We're going to be doing red carpet. We're going to edit that out, aren't we? Red carpet events where we'll have all our celebrities, all our people will be for pictures and interviews and autographs and such like that.
But we don't know if we're going to have a red carpet. We may have a black carpet with red on it so that it's a bloody carpet. We don't know. We haven't made up our mind yet, but at this point, it's going to be red.
Okay.
We haven't worked that part out yet. One of the things that probably is not horror related, but it's theater related, is that is the only theater that I know of that has a White Castle in the theater.
Oh, that's
So
exciting.
that
He's always telling everybody about the White Castle, and then there's a Giardelli's like half a block down the street. So you can get all your chocolate on, and you can get your White Castles all in
Yeah, I don't
one
think
place.
we can get White Castle here. I think it's like back east, so that's
It's-
exciting.
only at the Reading. And there's one more thing. Oh, and our festival hotel is the
Westgate.
Westgate, down the street. We are going to be providing taxi service for those who need the taxi to go from the hotel to the theater. For those that are cheaper, the the trolley goes from right outside the hotel to a couple of blocks from the theater, so you can go either way. You can travel either way.
Or you can walk. It's only 6 blocks.
Yeah, it's only 6 blocks. So the
And
young
I know that all of our celebrity people will be walking because they like to get that extra exercise.
and the youngins. So it's going to be an exciting festival. This is our first, so we will probably make a lot of mistakes. But so far, it's been pretty smooth for us. We've planned it carefully. The two of us have extensive organizational, theater, and meeting skills. So we've taken what we've learned over the past 50 or so years and put it into this festival, and we've made it hopefully something that's going to be extremely enjoyable for both the fans and the actors and everybody else involved with it,
Filmmakers.
and the filmmakers.
And the producers, and, everybody.
We're just trying to make it an engrossing experience for all of them. One of the things that we did, I think, is kind of original, is that we've encouraged the filmmakers to not only give us their trailers, but to do short promos for the festival and for their films. And believe me, some of them are very creative. Even though it's a 30-second blurb, they've kind of stepped it up a little. It's been kind of fun to watch to see what they can do with 30 seconds.
I've seen Gregory's, and it's great. So I'll be staying at the Westgate. It's going to be a great festival, a really fun festival, and I hope to see you all there. We hope to see you all there.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. And
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun.
It's been interesting.
this is very well organized because it's only August, and they've been working on it. You've been working on it since.
Last August.
Okay.